Welcome, people, my beautiful people. Welcome to BA Voice, sponsored by Wisconsin Voices here on WNOV 860 AM, WNOV Radio 106.5 FM on your radio dial. Now, on the promo beforehand, you heard from co-director of Wisconsin Voices, Tamika Vukovic. Now I'm going to co-executive director, Tamika Vukovic. All right. So now I'm going to give you the other co-executive director, Tim Schindler. Morning to you, sir.
Morning, Keon.
Morning. Hey, talk to the folks and you take it away, my man.
Good morning, everybody, and thank you for joining Be a Voice Radio. My name is Tim Schindler. I'm the co-executive director of fundraising and development with Wisconsin Voices. I'm going to give you a little of the history and then introduce you to our awesome team. So Wisconsin Voices is a non-for-profit that was founded by Linda Hanel in late 2019, but incorporated in 2010 as a non-for-profit to bring together state and local organizations to enhance capacity of the participating organizations to share ideas and resources, educate the public on advancing public policies around issues of importance of the people of Wisconsin, including such issues like healthcare, government reform, wages and economy, environment, human rights, affordable housing, election protection. We deal with a lot of stuff. So we're kind of an incubator hub for new grassroots organization. We're community partner centric. And then we're built upon the three pillars of protecting democracy, teaching advocacy, and building community.
You know, folks might not know you partner with a lot of grassroots organizations, including the Village Group, ladies and gentlemen. So just to let you know that, along with Program the Parks, a few others. But how many partners, community partners, have you worked with in the last? I'm just gonna say the last 6 months. What was the count?
I think we're at 60 as we speak. 60 what? 65 now.
65 partner organizations, grassroots, a little high, some bigger, but definitely on the ground. I know I work with folks with voter education and registration this past election cycle. Not this one, the last one, August. So it's time to get ready for this next one coming up too.
It's a key, important year. This election is key to the democracy and the future of our country and our state.
And you guys are going to be on Monday, Tuesdays, and Fridays, 11 to 12 p.m.
Yes, and if people are interested in communicating or touching base with us, you could actually reach us through at WI Voice, and you could actually ask us questions, comment. If you want to be engaged with us, reach out to us.
Yes, indeed. And the phone lines are open right now while we're doing introductions. Today's show is going to be a little mellow. Definitely want to check in tomorrow. But right now, we're going to let you know who's on the squad of Wisconsin Voices. We got 5 folks in the studio, and we got 2 folks calling in. So you will meet with, we got 2 folks calling in, 5 in the studio, and 1 no-show today. But you all are familiar with Tamika. Trust me, you'll remember. But right now, we're just going to introduce you to the squad, talk more about what they do. If you got any questions, the phone number is 414-444-5250, 414-444-5250. I'm going to lob back to you, Tim, so you can, let folks know who you got with you and what's going on, and finish with what you got going on. I just wanted to make sure I got some key things in and got my endorsement in. You know, I don't do a
Awesome.
lot of sponsoring and endorsing, but when my people are in the building, I got to let folks know that my people, because I appreciate the community's trust in me and giving me the credibility to speak for folks.
So I just want to let everybody know, yes, Tamika Vukovic is our other co-executive director of organizing and partnership. She's on special assignment today. So tomorrow, if you listen to tomorrow's show, you're going to actually hear what she was up to today.
Damn it, bring popcorn. I'm telling you, bring popcorn. And I might have to call security for me.
Well, listen intently because it's going to be a good show tomorrow. So with that being said, we got a great team here. And we're going to introduce everybody. So we have Nicole Winters, who's our director of operations, who's here. So I'm going to introduce her next. And then she's going to talk about what she does and some upcoming events that we have coming on that are important for the community to know, and hopefully that you will attend.
All right.
Hey, Nicole.
Hi, Keon. Yeah. I am Nicole Winters, Managing Director of Operations. My role is to ensure that all staff has what they need to complete their jobs, and I do all of the back end work for events that we have, working with partners. I'm the one to make sure that everything runs smoothly. And some of the events that we have coming up, we have our second annual gala on February 16th, 2024.
You gotta get dressed up.
Yes.
I'm not gonna make it.
Yes, you're gonna be there, Keon.
I'm not gonna make it.
You have to be there.
Gonna take me shopping?
I will.
Keon, it's expected you're there, and then you're going to help hype up the crowd.
Yeah. Oh, Lord. What did I need to be in my own comfort? Okay, got you.
That's going to be February 16th at the Bavarian Beer House in Glendale from 5 to 9. It is a great time. Our first one last year was awesome. Everyone had a great time. Food is wonderful. So we hope that some of you will call us and come out and have a good time with us. And the next person that we're going to have is a very new staff member. His name is Joe Dre. He is our policy director, and we'll let Joe take it from here.
Yeah. Thanks. I'm the newest member of the team, an Ohio native. I've been in Wisconsin for about 2 weeks now. Just trying to get acclimated to the region and to the policies and to the mission at what Wisconsin Voices does. As a policy director, my job's kind of acting as that liaison between the community and the state legislator and making sure that voices in the community are heard. So I'm really excited to be here. Love the mission of Wisconsin Voices. I have an awesome team behind me. So excited to get things rolling as the new policy director.
Dig it. And who? Oh, you got Chi. Chi is on the line. Chi Vang. Chi, how you doing today?
Good. How you doing?
I'm all right, sir. Why don't you let the people know who you are, what you do for Wisconsin Voices, and how much you love Milwaukee?
Hey, everybody. I'm Chi. I'm the communications director for Wisconsin Voices. I deal with everything from social media to campaigns to messaging, compliance, communications, media, all those things. So I'll probably be working behind the scenes a little bit here, and also working with Keon and the crew to make sure everything goes smoothly. But thanks everybody.
Dig it. Who you got next up?
Next, Angelique Rogers, who's our data director.
We didn't get hold of her yet.
Okay. Well, what we're going to go is with Latoya, our director of organizing and partnership. Latoya.
Hello, everyone. Hello.
Hey, Toya.
Hey, Keon. I'm Latoya White. I'm the director of organizing and partnership here at Wisconsin Voices. We do some amazing work in the community, making sure that everybody's voices is heard. I'm gonna let my co-worker, one of my right hand himself, introduce himself.
Well, we're not gonna go to family.
Yes,
yet.
we is.
Not just yet, because I was finna call her Tamika. Latoya is 10 toes down.
Yes.
10 toes down.
Now Keon got me on this radio.
Toya from the block. So, for a lot of our listeners that are like, what's going on? Who are they really? How does Wisconsin, on a grassroots level, from our neighborhood type of level, what is the importance of a Wisconsin Voices in the 53206 neighborhood, 12, in our community? Because you and this guy over here, you're going to introduce next. Like I said, y'all stop down for sure. So,
So what
talk to us.
Wisconsin Voices mean to our community is an actual true voice.
What you
So
mean by
that's
true
why we
voice?
got a whole team here. So when you say a voice, people constantly call in, talk to one another, are very disgusted on how our politics are done, how our elected officials are working in our communities, and at Wisconsin Voices, how these smaller organizations and nonprofits are taken care of in our community. Is they're actually when they say their issues, when they say what's really going on in their communities and what they want to see improved, we have a whole team that works and follows through to make sure that we help them get closer towards their solution. So Wisconsin Voices is an organization about helping smaller nonprofits and the voices that's not being heard, helping them get a solution to their issues in their community.
Dig. See, that's what we were looking for. Go to the smooth cat, the Albie Short. What's his name?
I'm gonna let him introduce himself. Grand opening.
What's going on, everybody? Brian Sanders from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, not too far from here, 19th and Hampton. Shout out to all my Hampton folks. My boy Keon,
Yeah.
aka,
His
Chug,
voice
and
get a little deeper when he got on the mic.
Yeah.
You heard that? Y'all heard that too?
you gotta get a little radio ready.
Yeah, that radio voice. Huh?
Tebow, he tried to compete.
860, tuning in with Brian Sanders. No, but I actually work really close with the whole team, but I really work the most with between Latoya and of course any missions that Tamika may have me on randomly. But for the most part, me and Latoya are always collaborating, trying to get whatever we can off the ground. I'm with the lead organizing. Of course, I do work with Keon and of course the village, and usually every Wednesday, if I'm not doing some mission, I'm out there trying to help them. We do have some new projects going on in the community, outside the community as well. We're working with some schools, just working with some of the teenagers in other communities, getting them aware of some of their issues or things that they may have going on.
Let me tell y'all that. So for definitely the last 6 months or 4 months maybe.
Mhm.
So Wisconsin Voices has really joined. They were already partners, but they've stepped up to help the Village Group. And the Village Group is really the catch from the neighborhood that we kind of serve our own community. I've gotten certain folks to step up and do work with like the Office of Violence Prevention and whatnot, so that we are representative within ourselves in our neighborhoods from these departments and organizations. So they've been out there doing the pantry with us from the summer to the bitter cold. And we're expanding the pantry to
To our current office location at 4201 North 27th Street.
Yeah, the
4201 North 27th Street.
Yeah, the Century City Towers, the old E-Village. So they have really stepped up and really have been helping out, picking up the food, distributing the food, getting to know the people in our neighborhood. And even with that, I'm sorry, Brian.
Yeah, that's cool.
See, that's like that's like us calling Cavalier Chevy.
Right.
Calling DC, David Crawley, DC or there. We gotta freeze it. So Brian, the same as I asked Tamika, not only from a grassroots standpoint, but from within the community standpoint, representative, talk about like the other. You said the Village Group, but like what other folks, grassroots organization that are really focused in our neighborhood or that are neighborhood and community bred and born, do you work with?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Of course, we do work with as well. Just to shout out a few, because me and Latoya made sure that we want to shout out some. But just to kind of get it started, you got Conforce is another one we work with.
Von Mays.
Von Mays, we work with him as well. Got shout him, and I want to shout out Von as well. I just seen he from the Shepherd Express. He had won an award too. So a couple weeks ago. So shout out to him for that.
Woo-hoo.
Of course, you got Believers for Change that we do work with.
Yes.
Who's that?
Sylvester Jackson
Sylvester
Yep.
Jackson.
do amazing work
And
in
what,
the
and what is
community.
Believers in Change? What is that organization? What do they do?
Primarily, they work with just with we want to say more
So
incarceration.
yeah,
Right,
and so they work with people that's reentry. They
Mhm.
work with youth. They're really about
Had a movie night too every week.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, they do. They're really about community, about supporting their community in whatever way they need to, making sure that when people exhort their voice and say what's going on in their lives, that they're there, just like Wisconsin Voices, to be a solution.
Yeah, I want to
So-
shout out the Dominican Center
Hold
as
on,
well.
Brian, I just want to shout out also that the Believers for Change, and we're honored to have them in our location in the
Mhm.
same space. So it really is a true partnership with them, and they do a lot of stuff in the community, but they do a lot of stuff at the office with the community coming in.
Some other ones I just want to make sure that we shouted out as well. Of course, Dominican Center. We did a youth program with them this past summer. It was a success, you would say. Latoya?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's they representative in the Mighty Neighborhood.
Yes.
the Mighty
their
Neighborhood.
Money
Yeah,
Neighborhood.
shout out to the Mighty Neighborhood as well. Of course, we do work with everybody from Milwaukee LGBT, Milky Way Tech. We got Neighborhood House of Milwaukee that we can definitely shout out as well. Share the Love. You guys, one of our close
Yeah,
partners
Share
as
the
well.
Love. That's another one of our amazing partners that started from a grassroots organization and has been building and working hard in the community and making and sharing the love is the same as Believers, about helping people any way that they can, make sure that when they exert their voice, that they be heard and they start working on solutions.
I do want to just do a special shout out as well. They do a lot of work, and they should get anybody that's listening to this. And if you run into Ryan or Tilo, definitely want to shout out the Purpose Driven Sisters in Milwaukee. They've been doing a lot of work. They don't make theirs as as known as, or they're not in the mix like some groups are, but they are actually out here putting the boots on the ground. So I did want to shout them out.
So who is
Tilo?
Yes.
who are those individuals?
So
again?
you have Ryan and Tilo.
What are they? Got their last names?
Yeah.
I got you. I got you.
Yeah, right now
I'm listening like, I ain't heard that one yet. So they real low key.
Yeah. They kind of low key, but they're a married couple. They've been around for a while. They're really cool people. They I brought Ryan in because I had seen Ryan just doing some great work. Ryan McNair and Tilo McNair, actually Tiangelo McNair. Yeah, and I've seen them doing great work when I was more hanging out with them.
Tiangelo.
Yeah, Tiangelo.
He
Yeah.
used to be with OVP back in the day. Is that the same Tiangelo?
Yeah.
Quite cool.
Oh,
No, not
I don't
him.
know.
No,
Okay.
Tilo. Yeah, he go by.
It
Tilo.
ain't all in the game, Keon.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, but they just been doing good work, and I've seen her getting her program off the ground when we were just kicking it, as a big group before I got into the organizing work. And I was just like, you know what, got to bring them in because you got to highlight a lot of these organizations in Milwaukee that haven't been getting the shine, but they out here doing great work. So that's, like you said, that's what we really doing, and that's what I want to do is bring as many as we can and break down those silos.
Thank you, Brian, because that is so true.
and Tim, you got Angelique online. Now.
Yeah. So we're going to go to quick because we're going to have some great discussions with Latoya and Brian and all the great work that's being done in Wisconsin. But we have one other staff we want to introduce, our data director, Angelique Rogers.
Hello, Angelique.
Hey,
Hey.
hello. How you doing?
It's all right, dear. Why don't you tell folks who you are, what you do at Wisconsin Voices?
Sure. My name is Angelique Rogers. I am the data and field director for Wisconsin Voices. And my role is to collaborate and brainstorm and support partners with designing and implementing both their civic and voter engagement field plans and activities. And also, I work with them to help them track that work so that our partners can use the data they collect to build organizational capacity and improve the day-to-day quality of life in our communities through issue education, advocacy, and building people power.
Hey.
Woo-woo!
Thanks, Angelique.
You're welcome.
So you see how fired up we be. But I'm going to hand it back off to Keon.
Well, we're just gonna take a break, take a pause for the calls, come on back and get into some more discussions as planned, as you guys got planned. I just wanted to make sure I stepped in so we can get a proper introduction to the folks, and I can give definitely my endorsement and let folks know, that this is a organization that truly works with grassroots organization. Let's not forget Sean Moore.
Yeah.
Sean Moore, and then as well. I forgot the name.
We didn't even get to all the names yet.
Right. Okay, so you got that coming.
Brian kicked off with
Yeah, I got you.
with
Okay,
the
cool.
first list of them,
Cool.
but hey, we
'Cause
got a lot
definitely
more.
Want them to know folks that are regulars here on the station.
Yes.
That you are working with them. That gives you the credibility. It definitely needs to be heard. So that
And
folks
Dennis
understand.
Watson.
Oh yeah, brother Dennis. So once again, as we move forward, 414-444-5250, 414-444-5250 for your questions, contributions to the questions, comments, and contributions to the conversations. Like I said, this is going to be 3 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. So check in, ask the questions, get involved, and we'll see you on the other side. Voice with Wisconsin Voices here on 860 WNOV and W293CX 106.5 FM. You got Tim Schindler here jacking it down like, yeah, what? They killing me. I'm going to pass it to you, Tim.
I think we have a surprise guest. Surprise. So I think we're going to introduce Tamika Vukovic, the other co-executive director of Wisconsin Voice. Tamika, hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
I am so glad to be part of Wisconsin Voices. I'm Tamika Vukovic, the co-executive director, organizational empowerment, but I am on secret assignment today. I will tell everybody about it tomorrow.
That's all.
Hey, can we get a clue on what's the secret assignment?
Carol Ann?
Hi, Kian.
Carol Ann, no clue? You just gonna go dead air? We used to.
I don't know.
Hey, we're so used to you being so.
It was nothing.
Yeah, we're so used to you being so much more boisterous than that. It's just
we're all in shock here.
We're just sitting here
We're
waiting.
all in shock.
It's never been
First time she was silent.
Yeah, I did that today too. Michelle wrote it down. Like he's not having answers. Like the first time you.
But I'm on secret assignment, so I have to be quiet.
Okay. We were trying to see if we can get a hint about you, a hint or something.
No. Well, I just am so proud of the team that we have put together to work in the community. Our whole goals, like one of them probably said, which was build community, teach advocacy, and protect democracy. So that is this show. To give correct and accurate information, making sure that we connect community and people together, making sure that people in the community know who these partners that we are working with and what they do, because they might need one of their services at any time. So I'm just excited to be part of Wisconsin.
Yeah, she on super secret assignment because they blocked her out. We can't hear you no more. So thank you, Tamika. I hear we'll see you tomorrow. So
we'll be there.
Yep. Tim, back to you, Tim.
Let's go to this. Continue to keep this discussion about our partners, what we do, and the awesome work that we do in the community, but connection. The one thing I did want to talk about is, and then give it to LaToya and Brian, is again, just want to reiterate, Wisconsin Voices community partner centric. So our mission and vision is driven off the community, not by anybody else. So the community drives what the work we do, the impact, and the support that we provide to our partners. So as LaToya has talked about, we touch all four facets of our organization, work with our partners. So it's not just the organizing, it's the policy, it's the data, it's the operations, it's the financial, it's the grants. It's really a wraparound approach that we do with our partners, because if we don't do that, then we're truly not supporting them, and we're truly not supporting the community. So I'm going to hand it back off to LaToya.
Right. Tim touched on something very important. That's why we have been stressing today a lot that we're about helping our partners' voices be heard and making sure that they have grow closer to the solution. So like in this case, one of our partners, we work with the amazing Dana World Patterson and Freedom for
Foundations for Freedom.
Yeah, Foundations for Freedom. And why I brought that up is because our partners are very different.
So Foundations for Freedom is the anti-human task force.
Yes, anti-human task force on human trafficking. Yes. And Brian brought it up, the LGBTQ community. We work with our environmental services. One of our partners out of Madison, Building Unity, works around the state to build partnerships. It's really about getting these partners out of their cyclones. and making sure that we all work together for the greater good, because we each have our own passions about the work that we do and why we're doing it. And if we come together, it makes together is better than being apart, being separate. So we're stronger together. And with that being said, I want to turn it over to Brian, where he can go into a little more of the other partners that we work with, because we work with a broad band of partners that literally have different issues, but literally come together
Before you go,
to.
before you jam with Brian, I was watching a movie on Netflix called The Kitchen,
Mhm.
and they had a radio jock on. You seen that, Tim?
Mhm, yeah.
Oh man, amazing! It's one of those Black London movies you think you're in Jamaica. But the jock said something. He said they can't stop we. They can only stop we if we see we as I.
That
So
you
like he
said that
s-
perfect.
So he said it perfect. I'm
Yeah,
like,
that-
let
that
me
is
rewind
perfect.
that one real quick. I'm gonna make a meme in a minute.
Write that
Well,
one down.
That's what's up. That's really true. That's perfect, because that's what it's really about. We're stronger together. Our voices are louder together. Um, my one of my mottos growing up was always, I would never blow out somebody else's candle to make mine shine. If I illuminate my light with theirs, it's gonna shine brighter. So believe
Ooh,
me.
and don't let nobody else blow out somebody's candle and use you for relight. 'Cause with two lights is better than one. So stop
You
doing
got
it,
that
y'all.
right. You got that right. So with that being said, Brian, you wanna go into some more partners?
Sure, why not? As far as partnerships, my thing is, since I'm working in organizing, one of the tasks that I brought that was one of my responsibilities that we focused on with with Latoya, and something that Tamika wanted me to do was making sure that we had brought in some new partners. So one thing that we focused on was bringing in partners, of course, more partners that work with youth. We see what's going on in Milwaukee when it comes to our youth being, is we need more of that togetherness in our community and in our neighborhoods. It starts block to block. We could talk all day about what's going on in the high schools, and it's not necessarily the teachers' responsibilities to correct, but it's always starting at home and starting in our communities. If you're a young man and you got a younger man around you that needs some just a little alignment, it may not need that much, but that's all it takes sometimes. I had that whip cracked on me. It may be the wrong term, but I had it cracked on me with my uncles and my aunties and my grandparents, and there was always somebody that was giving me a fresh reminder of the consequences if you don't start, shaping yourself up and doing things a certain way. So my thing is always trying to bring in organizations that are working with youth, that are intentionally working with youth, not just trying to catch a grant. We know organizations all across the country and locally that just want to do it just to catch a bag real quick. But you got other ones that really need to be, really need to get that treatment or get that that shine, like Mentors of Clubs of America is another one. And just to shout out Raphael Andrews real quick, I met Raphael when I was younger. He was working, he had a MCCA. I was working as a pretty much like a temp NPS gym teacher, when I guess NPS cut out gym. Or Keon, if anybody can remember this, or anybody may
I
remember
was
this.
there. We had Jim. We
Yeah,
had to have
but
Jim.
yeah, so back in like
Mhm.
2009, 2010, well, I grew up with it as well. But I met Raphael, and it's funny how life brings you full circle. I had went from St. Charles to Job Corps, and then between that I had worked with Ralph at MCCA, and I went into 3 schools, which was Phyllis Wheatley, Hickman Academy, and Hopkins Street School. And we would go in and we would work out and do gym activities. But he's been consistent in the community, directing youth and keeping them and showing them about the hustle of getting out there and getting the work done. So that's one I want to just shout out as well. And of course, like I said, we got other groups that we will be connecting with, and me personally, some other organizations in Milwaukee that I want to connect with more, just to highlight them where they're working with the youth. And of course, we need more crackdown on reckless driving, and of course gun violence in our community. So anybody that you may know that that needs to that we need to get in contact with, that needs to get out their silos and get into community, please reach out to me at brian@wisconsinvoices.org, or anybody at wisconsinvoices.org that you hear your name up here, whether it's Joe, Latoya, Tim, Nicole, etc., Tamika, whoever. Chi, shout out to Chi, Angelique,
I
anybody.
shout my whole team.
Right. So
Come on up.
want to make sure that we reaching out and we connected with the proper individuals or teams in Milwaukee that are trying to step up, because we can't keep keeping the silos up in 2024 doing the same thing we did 10 years ago. That's not getting us anywhere.
And I just wanted to say, you could also stop by our office and meet the team in person and really connect with the team, because it's an awesome team.
And the office is right in the inner city of Milwaukee, and that's located at 4201 North 27th Street. On the top floor, the 7th floor, I get to view my whole city every day. So that's a beautiful thing, but you definitely can stop by at 4201 North 27th Street on the 7th floor, Wisconsin Voices. And always remember our hashtag BA Wisconsin Voice. And remember that again, hashtag BA Wisconsin Voice. So I want to talk about a little of the work that we do in the community, far as a lot of the programs that we're working on right now. We're going to have a busy year. This is an election year. We have a lot of work that we're doing in the community. As you know, as we're explaining to you, we work with partners every day to make sure that people's voices are being heard. And the most important way for your voice to be heard is to vote. These elections this year are the most critical elections for our local community of this time. So it's really important, and I'm glad that we'll have a voice on the radio so that we can make sure that we get all our people in the community that want to be heard, we get their voices heard. A lot of the programs that we're going to work on this year, we have a youth program where from ages 14 to 24, we have a 8-week session, 8-week program session where at least from once to up to 3 times a week, we'll be working with our youth, teaching them. We start out with teaching them how our youth is being impacted. We start out by teaching them about how our youth are being justice impacted. Then we teach them know their rights. We teach them about their local civic engagement. We teach them about healthy behaviors. Another one of our partners does the healthy behaviors. That's Believers for Change. Our partner that does the Know Your Rights and the civic engagement is Milwaukee Turners. Shout out to Turners and Emilio, the longest growing social program in Milwaukee. Then we also have one of our partners, Fathers Making Progress. That's Tehran. Work with our youth on relationship behaviors. Then we have one of our partners, Dream Keepers, work with them on skill trade versus college. Then we have a lovely young lady, which is my daughter that went to college for it. Talks and works with them about having their mental balance, where she helps with sound baths. She teaches people how trauma affects your body and your health. Really breaks it down to where people understand you can have something you think is not stressing you out, you think you didn't put it in the back of your mind, but it still affecting your health.
I wish y'all could see my girl Toya right now. Her hands is moving. She like, yeah, you know how it go, y'all, when you talking with, yeah. Hey, listen, I got a message for you all. Miss Martha Love hit me and she says she wants to thank Wisconsin Voices for their great work in the community.
Thank you so much. One of the most beautiful women in Milwaukee for me.
So around here we call her Big Love.
Big Love,
yeah,
that
Big
is.
Love call you at.
She got the perfect last name, Love, because she shows nothing but love to her community.
So you got to call her, and I want folks to know the phone lines are open for questions, comments, and contributions to the program, to the group. 414-444-5250. That's 414-444-5250. Caller, good morning to you and welcome to Be a Voice. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Oh, let me ask you something. Would you happen to be on a speakerphone or a headset? Because you're very low and you're going in and out.
Yeah, I'm on a speakerphone and a headset. I better take them off. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Yeah, for sure.
Hey, how you doing? I'm Raphael Andrews. I'm the president of Mentor Clubs of America.
What's up, Ralph?
How you guys doing? Hey, I'm glad I logged in. I heard Brian talking right when I got on, like 10 minutes ago.
Look at God.
Mm-hmm.
And God is good, man. So I just want to send a shout out to you guys. I appreciate all the work you guys are doing. And it's like Brian said, each and every one of us has a mission that we're out here trying to make an impact. And so I just want to thank you guys for supporting the work that we do and other organizations like us in the city and in around the state as we try our best to, put our best forward.
Raphael, can I ask you something?
Yes, sir.
To help us better explain to the folks exactly what they do, how is the support? What does support from Wisconsin Voices look like for your group?
Well, I met Tamika about a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago at the Wisconsin Democratic Convention. And she told me that they had some grants for organizations like ours to get out in the community to talk to people specifically about voting, the need to vote, the need to get as many people in our community out to vote. And so they actually gave us a grant, and we were able to get some of our kids, at least 20 of them, for the season last year to get out. And we hit almost 20-something thousand doors. We talked to thousands of people about, why it's important to get out and vote. But most importantly, they supported our work and the work that we do with youth.
Thank you so much. And he does amazing work in the community.
Dig it.
During our election time, we go through our partners to support the community and helping people register to vote and all. And Ralph was one of our partners that worked with us during the election to spread the word and get our communities engaged in voting. So I hope, and I know you will, Ralph, be a
Yes.
continuous partner on that, because we're going to be busy this year.
I know. I'm telling my guys already. So I just want to give a shout out to you guys. Keep up the great work.
Yes, sir.
You as
Thank
well.
Thanks for
And
calling
that's
in.
Mentors of America. All right.
Appreciate that, bro.
Appreciate that. So now we're gonna touch bases a little bit on how we do because I see Keon keep asking about how is the support for our partners. So say we get a partner today and they have environmental issues and they're passionate about their work in environmental issues.
Mhm.
They start their own small nonprofit and they end up meeting us and they come to us and say they would like to partnership with us. Well, our pillars are protecting democracy, building community, and teaching advocacy. So we see where they fall in line with our partnerships, and that's protecting democracy because sustainability is very important in your environmental services. So from that point on, we find out how we can best help them build their program, their content, their capacity for the work that they're doing. So our team will meet, and I'm gonna let Joe speak on it a little bit on his perspective. I'm gonna let everybody on the team speak on it. I just gave you the scenario. Speak on how they would look at helping build this partner. So I'm gonna turn it over to Joe.
You know what? Before we turn it over to Joe, while we take this last break, pay the bills and come on back and close out with that information.
Okay.
All right. You are listening to Be a Voice with Wisconsin Voices here on 860 WNOV and W293CX 106.5 FM, Milwaukee. Voice here on 860 WNOV, W293 CX 106.5 FM here in the city of Milwaukee with Wisconsin Voices. I'm going to let, who we lobbing to? We lobbing to Brian?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Brian, take him away, man.
All right, real quick, just to kind of get this out here for everybody who wants to get our hashtag and ads out there. So it is BAWI Voice. Again, as BAWI Voice, that WI is for Wisconsin. And then, of course, hashtag BAWI Voice. Again, that WI is for Wisconsin. So check us out. Shoot us any hashtags or add us anytime, that is the theme this year. We are going strong, just like we did with loving our community. We are still loving on our community, but we are being a voice this year as well. So again, at BA Wisconsin Voice, BAWI Voice, or hashtag BAWI Voice. And we'll take it back to Keon. Or also visit WisconsinVoices.org.
What else I got to take it back to Toya.
I'll take it back to Toya real quick.
Toya was going to introduce.
When we went to break, we were talking about our organizations when we build a partnership. So, like in this case, we were talking about the environmental service organization wants to be a partner with us. We see that is really about protecting democracy and teaching advocacy in the community about the importance of having clean water, a healthy environment. So I'm gonna kick it off to Joe, our policy director, on how he would look at first helping that type of organization.
What do you know, Joe?
Well, thanks, Latoya. The first thing that we like to do, I think, is just to sit down with those partners and really find out what the need is in the community first. Because, it's one thing for us to sit here at Wisconsin Voices and say, well, this might be what we need. But until we get there on the ground and really talk to our partners and find out exactly what the needs are in the community, we can't do our job. So that's the first step. And I think the second thing that we're going to do is we're going to look at the laws that are on the books. We're going to look at, if it's the city ordinances, and we're going to see what's in place already and kind of dissect that, break it down a little bit so we can understand it a little more. And then, it's about working together with those partners so that we can get legislation and policies and things passed so that, like you said, we can have clean drinking water, we can have a clean environment and clean air to breathe. So,
all right. Thank you so much, Joe. That's the kind of work that we do in the community. As Joe just explained, we dissect. We are helping smaller nonprofits in every way we can to help build the larger picture. And that's all of us making sure that our community can thrive, because that's the one thing we all want, is for our community to thrive. So I want to send it back over to my ED, Tim Schindler, for just a few seconds to tell us about some more work that we already have discovered and been working on in the community.
So one area we would focusing and working on is prison gerrymandering. So in the census, actually, people that are currently incarcerated are supposed to be counted where they're returning to, not to where they're temporarily housed. So we have 3 counties in Wisconsin that the majority of their population is incarcerated people, and most of them are from Milwaukee and Milwaukee County. So because of that, it's affecting the federal and state dollars that go to Milwaukee County, but also the representation. So it's a big fight because it's counties that really, they're getting more representation and more federal and state dollars in their communities. And then this is why Milwaukee is hurting, because we're not getting the true representation and the federal and state dollars that should be going to Milwaukee to support the communities that we're working in.
Thank you so much, Tim. And I'm glad Tim highlighted that, because that is the work that we're doing in the community, is really about making sure that our people are being truly represented and not taking any shorts. We have a lot of work that we're doing in the community. We're starting a block captain program. And this block captain program is to build political power in our communities. So the block captain program is designed to have people in the community that really love their neighbors, love their community, be that voice for their neighbors, so that we can come to them and say, hey, we see that this neighborhood hasn't been represented right, or we see that the work that you're doing in the community and you're not being heard. How about talking to all your neighbors and making sure that if your elected officials are not being there and representing you like they're supposed to, then we can all organize together and organize those people out. So our work in the community is just beginning. We didn't have a year of loving on our community, springing into action. This year it's Be a Voice. So it's really about helping our community jumpstart for a lot of the issues that we have in our community. It's going to take us to build that village, as Keon know.
The Village Group. Hey,
Yeah.
man, I want to thank everybody for joining us today. And y'all setting off new programming here on WNOV. Once again, Wisconsin Voices will be heard every Monday, Tuesday, and Friday, 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Let me see how much longer we got in closing. Well, you'll be back tomorrow
Yes,
for
we
some
will.
more words. So, once again, appreciate you. Thank you. And folks, check them out tomorrow. We got Al Sharpton up next.